Srimati Radhika tasted more than anyone, and she became like mad. So what are my dad's four madhuris? That Radhika tastes all this. And what kind of anand she receives? What?
Happiness.
Happiness. What is that thing? I want to realize. But I cannot realize because I know so much such love as Srimati Radhika has. If you are reading in primary school, can you understand this philosophy and all these things too? Who is reading in MA? So if any very high class of professor is giving lecture, any class student may understand and he will be very happy. And hearing that lecture, any primary student will be happy? Yes, he will not. He will not understand all this. So Krishna is not understanding how beautiful I am and what is the love and affection of Srimati Radhika. So if I will have that kind of love and affection in me, that is Mahabhav. More than that, Adhurud Mahabhav. More than that, Mohan and Modan, and more than that, Madhav. Srimati Radhika has that. Krishna has not that. Even Lalita Vishaka has not that. So, if I will borrow or still this mode of Radhika, then I can realize. So I could serve Radhika, my Gurudev, a friend, and then anyhow and by any skill I can take that mode, and then I will realize. This is the object. So we must know that aspect. We cannot take all these things, but we can take the beauty of that love and affection. We can take. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu mercifully came to this world to give this type of Braja Prema. I think that those who are distributing this Chaitanya Charitamrita to all, but not reading. What will be of them? Can they realize all these things? Swamiji has written anywhere that you should only sell these books and distribute books and don't read. I think that he has told first that you should read books. Not only you, but listen. Hear from any bona fide guru these things, and then you can. Other than only distributing, anyone take it and throw it in school or bathroom. Bathroom. So many books have been found from bathroom and
garbage bin.
Garbage bin. Garbage bin. What is the use of that? In India, those don't know, they will buy this book only to sell their spices to make some spices like a bag.
Paper bag.
What is the use? Yes? So, somebody has told that you should read this book in the guidance of an very bona fide Vaishnava. Jहाँ Bhagavad पढ़ो Vaishnava, and then you know that this is the aim and object of this Braj Prem. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu only came to sprinkle this. And then, if you have great to have this, then you should find the way how we can go. And then come to sadhana. And where you get the sadhana? Any one of the guru who has practiced, who has realized something. Those gurus who have not realized, not practiced, what they can do? How can they show the path? Never they. Empty gun.
Yeah.
Empty gun means?
Loose cannon.
This is blank. Blank. It is not to anyone, not an animal and not to anyone. False.
Luskanan.
To lose them.
Playground.
So, we should try to know all these things and go. So, very bona fide to. Krishna is telling, come to 238. Krishna is telling himself, Purnananda Rasaswarup Sabe Kahe More. Ama হইতে আনন্দিত হয় ত্রিভুবনে, আমাকে আনন্দ দিতে আইছে কোন জন। আমা হইতে যার হয় সৎ গুণ, সেই জন আহ্লাদ দিতে পারে মোর মন। You should read the meaning.
Once Lord Krishna considered within his heart.
Try to listen very patiently, very deeply. Then you can have some very little. And then you will know your real, what is your real possible. And then, what is the way? How you can practice. Go on.
Once Lord Krishna considered within his heart, everyone says that I am complete bliss, full of all rasas. All the world derives pleasure from me. Is there anyone who can give me pleasure? One who has 100 times more qualities than me could give pleasure to my mind.
Go on.
One more qualified than me is impossible to find in the world. But in Radha alone, I feel the presence of one who can give me pleasure.
And go on.
Although my beauty defeats the beauty of 10 million cupids, although it is unequaled and unsurpassed, and although it gives pleasure to the three worlds, seeing Radharani gives pleasure to my eyes. The vibration of my transcendental flute attracts the three worlds.
Who is translating this? Whose translation is this? Himself he has wrote everything? Yes. So it is bona fide. Like Himalaya mountain. It will never realize this. Anyone cannot what?
Deny this, not hold this.
I'm not telling anything else. What he is telling, I'm going to admit all. Totally. So you must know that I am in his line. And those who are not following these things, they are not in his line. Never there. So you should not be misguided.
The vibration of my transcendental flute attracts the three worlds. But my ears are enchanted by the sweet words of Srimati Radharani.
Even he forgets to play on flute and looking and seeing and becoming like mad. The sweet words of Radhika. So how she is sweet? Krishna is so sweet that animals can be charmed and awe. But Krishna himself is charmed by these sweet words of Srimati Radhika.
Although my body lends fragrance to the entire creation, the scent of Radharani's limbs captivates my mind and heart. Although the entire creation is full of different tastes because of me, I am charmed by the nectarine taste of the lips of Srimati Radharani. And although my touch is cooler than 10 million moons, I am refreshed by the touch of Srimati Radhika. Thus, although I am the source for the happiness of the entire world, the beauty and attributes of Sri Radhika are my life and soul.
Now 261.
Considering this, I can understand that some unknown mellow in me controls the entire existence of my captivator, Srimati Radharani. I am always eager to taste the joy that Radharani derives from me. In spite of various efforts, I have not been able to taste it, but my desire to relish that pleasure increases as I smell its sweetness.
What?
I have appeared in the world to taste mellows. I shall taste the mellows of pure love in various ways.
This is the main reason that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said. But, you should go on again.
I have appeared in the world to taste mellows. Rasa Asvadite.
Yes.
I shall taste the mellows of pure love in various ways. I shall teach devotional service which springs from spontaneous love, Radha Marg,
Yes.
of the devotees, by demonstrating it myself
Or
with my
this is
pastime.
way. What is go? Radha Prema and love to Krishna, this is go. And the beauty of that prema is our goal. Susabhras and Krishna conjugal, this is our goal. And what is way? Not by the not given by any Acharya Dev. Only Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came. And the Rag Marg. What is Rag Marg? Rag is object. And the Rag Marg is process. So this process should be taken to understand, to have this preference. Otherwise we can. Don't be misguided by anyone. The mental that all these are Sahajiya. Then Brahma was Sahajiya, Nag was Sahajiya, Swami was most Sahajiya. Then why they follow? I know that he was following totally. This Brahma. So he was not Sahajiya. But the foolish person, they told like this, bogus person, you should not be misguided like that. Try to make your life successful by adopting all these stories. If anyone tells, you should cut their out. And you should tell them, oh, let us see you read the explanation of your Gurudev. But I think that you are not disciple. And that is why you are not accepting all this. So you should very wrong.
I should teach devotional service which springs from Ragamarg, spontaneous love, by demonstrating it myself with my pastimes. But these three desires have not been satisfied, for one cannot enjoy them in a contrary position. Unless I accept the luster of the ecstatic love of Sri Radhika, these three desires cannot be fulfilled.
Yes.
Therefore, assuming Radharani's sentiments and bodily complexion, I shall descend to fulfill these three desires. In this way, Lord Krishna came to a decision. Simultaneously, the time came for the incarnation of the age.
So, that Rag in Gopi, especially in Radha Gopi, is highest. This is the thing which Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted to say. And what he wanted to be? How to achieve this Rag Marga. So we should know that what was that Rag Marga. The way by which this Rag can, this love and affection can be achieved. So now it is this time. Our goal is to be the maid servant of Radhika. And what is the way? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taught it to Rupa Goswami, and Rupa Goswami has written in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu and this whole book. We should try to attend all these things through a very qualified guru. Try to have that guru who is realized. He is chanting and weeping. Nainam Galadastu Dharaya, Badanam Gadadarisya, Pulkar Nittam Pupakada, So Namagarani Bhavishtati. If anyone chanting name and not tears coming, not heart melting, that you should know that there are so many heavy offenses. So we should try to do what? Continuous. And serving bona fide Guru. So what is the last essence of the Rupa Goswami teaching? Sannama Rupa Charitadi Sutananu Kamena Manjaya Tirthan Prade Kadamari Jananurami Kalamandrai Rakilami Padehara. What is that plan?
The essence
You should stand up and it here and tell him. We should try to hear. Our last day is today. Our last day. So you should know all these things and make your goal of life and try to choose your way by this. If any doubt, any question, you can ask me. If any doubt, any question. You should be sincere and come to me. I will try to help you sincerely without any gain. I come and ordered by Swamiji himself that go and help them needy person, those are sincere. Go.
So Srila Gurudev has ordered me to explain something of the 8th verse of the Upanishad of Srila Rupa Goswami Pad. Sannama Rupa Charitani Kirtanano Yasloka Nena Rasanana Nasi Yoga. Kirtanrade Sadaruradi Janaragani Karanayat Akilami Srila Sasaram. Here, Srila Rupa Goswami is giving Upadesha Saram, the essence of all advice. What is that? The essence of all advice is that one should constantly chant the divine name, form, qualities, and pastimes of Krishna. One should gradually engage the tongue and the mind in becoming completely absorbed in Krishna's name, form, qualities, and pastimes. And this time of day, one should reside in breath. Physically, one should reside in breath. If that is not possible, at least by mind, one should reside in breath. This time of day, Tadanurani, Jananugani. So here, Srila Rupa Goswami Pad is explaining that Anuragi Jana. The Anuragi Jana means the associates of Sri Radha and Krishna in Vrindavan. That you have to do Anugani. You have to follow in their footsteps under the guidance of a Brajvantik Tattvavid Vaishnava. This is the essence of all the advice of Srila Rupa Goswami Pad.
What is the first sloka of Upadeshamritam? Nectar of
Instruction.
First sloka. Come on, please stand up. You should know and try to follow these slokas. And don't do pranam. Only don't waste time. Begin from it. Don't stretch your legs. Please stretch.
This is the first verse of the Srimati Radhika explains the 8. In this first verse, Srila Rupa Goswami Pad is explaining that in order to actually practice devotion and to be qualified as a guru, one must first cultivate and control the urge to speak. Vasa means speech, and Deva means to control.
They must not control
the urge. So Vasa means the urge, and Vasa means speech. So Vasudevam Manasa means the mind, control the mind. Krodha Vegam means the urges are when anger comes, one to learn to control anger. Viha Vegam means to control the tongue and the tongue's desire to take things in this world. Udaro Hasta Vegam, Srila Goswami Pad explains the tongue, the belly, and the genitals in a straight line, and when pressure is put upon the tongue, if one relieves it by filling the belly, and one relieves the belly by when one satisfies the belly, then one relieves that by satisfying the genitals. So Rupa Goswami Pad is explaining that one should control the urge to speak, the mind demands, the actions of anger, and the urges of the tongue, the belly, and the genitals. And by doing so, one will then be qualified to make disciples all around the world.
You know that this tongue has no backbone. No back. And she can go here, there, up, down, everywhere she can go. So if you are not controlling, then it will make so much big problem. In India or in world, there are so many wars, big wars, like great war like Mahabharata. Why it became? Because Draupadi told that, oh, you are the son of blind, and you are also blind.
Blind father, blind son.
Blind father, right son? And he became angry, And he told that, oh, I will make you naked. And I will take revenge. And thus Mahabharata said. So, you should try to control you. Otherwise, by this, anger will come. It is very hard. If you can make control of air, how? You know? For a second, can you? Oh, do like this. Also this. This is stop. Any moment you will die. But rishis can control this. But they cannot do control mind. Never. Oh, mind here, there. In doing, going and doing so many nonsenses. So if you are not controlling mind, then anger is bound to come. So control your tongue, then control your mind, and then control. But how you can control? Never you can. If you are always chanting Krishna under the guidance of a very qualified guru, then otherwise no. So Rupa Goswami is telling of being in Vrindavan, in Sevakund, or Bansivar, or in Nandagam, Varshana there, in Radhakund, being the guidance of a very qualified Rashi and Tattva Guru, and being in Vrindavan. And if you cannot be in Vrindavan anyhow, then by mind you should be in Vrindavan and chant. What name? Radha Damodar, Radha Govinda, Gopinath, Madan Mohan, Shyam Sundar, Radha Raman, these names. Not like Brahma, Paramatma. Brahma, it will not do. Paramatma will not do.
Okay.
Jagannath also will not do. But Vajandananda, Shyam Sundar, you can control him. If you are chanting in the guidance. If you want to advance, you should know all this. At least meaning, you should know. And try to do like that. You cannot control yourself. Your Guru may help and then you can control by chanting. The Guru is explaining here that if you adopt this sixth theory, then your whole devotion is destroyed. What is this sixth? Ottahara means overeating. Overeating only not for by eating by mouth. We have 5 senses requiring knowledge. Eyes, ear, nose, tongue, and skin. That's 6 senses. And the key noble senses is mind. So, by this senses, by beauty, that means by sense of acquiring knowledge of beauty, that means eye. By this eyes, butterfly and others, they sing fire, and they jump over fire, they spoil their life. Understand?
No.
What he told?
In the jungle fire, they go to the light.
There's so many insects. Sing fire.
He says,
Yes, sir.
he says that flies, they are attracted to the light of the fire and they fly into the fire and they are...
By eyes. Through eyes. Now, Ras means sun. You can see, in ocean there are so many fishermen, they use some stick and there is some rope and the end of the rope there is an iron hook.
They.
And they put something and throw in the ocean. After the fish swallow it and they take out that fish from water. So if they have taste, they have greed for that. They. So they spoil their life due to their tongue. Rup, Ras, Gandha. Gandha means we can smell by our nose. So if you keep any honey in any jar then ant will come and think, oh, I want to taste, but he was so greedy, he attached his honey and he could not come out. So he spoiled his life. Rasganda Korsa. You know about elephants. They like so much to touch the sea elephant. So if anyone want to control elephant, at first he sends one sea elephant towards forest, and there is some cistern on top. They made one dig a big hole, they cover it, and the sea elephant, they will come together, and when that mother elephant or the he elephant will come to near that dig, then she will push him back and she fell down on the dig. Later on, the master sends that sea elephant again and take him that from that big pond.
What you understood, what he told, is this setting a trap, you should tell in easy language.
Just one thing.
You. Loudly? And naughty. Very loudly you should tell.
Naveen Prabhu is saying that when the hunter sets a trap, that he will dig a big hole and he will set a she-elephant there, and the male elephant will be attracted by the she-elephant, and then the she-elephant will maneuver the male elephant into that hole.
And she
pushes him into that hole.
And she goes down.
Fell down. After the later on, master sent again the she-elephant, and he sent that he-elephant and bring him back, then he controlled that elephant. So elephant, he controlled by their touch.
Touching what?
The sense of touch.
Sense of touch. And sabda means sound. In ancient times, there was no gun, only arrow, bow and arrow. So hunters, they used to go jungle and dig little hole and put one stick. That if you check it, it will go fell down. And plain fruit, very sweet fruit. Think the sweet sound. Deer came nearer to the hunter, and he was so absorbed to hearing that sweet sound. Then he wants some shelter. Then he takes shelter of that stick, and stick was not so thick. So they fell down.
Oh, what you understood, what he told, you should tell. What he told.
The hunter sets one stick out and puts fruit. Then there comes, takes fruit, moves stick, then one trap comes, traps there. No.
That is why I know, I want to know. You should tell what he wants to tell.
Clear language.
Clear language. His language is not clear. You should tell.
Srimati Radhika is saying that a hunter takes a stick and he sets the stick in the ground so that it's not fixed and it easily falls over. And then the hunter will call a deer with a flute, the beautiful sound of a flute, and the deer will come listening to the flute. And then, listening to the flute, the deer will lean on the stick.
Yes.
And the stick will fall over and the deer will also fall over.
And then he will easily
But his left hind leg could not move so easily. So hunter came and beat him and catch him. So there are 5 animals.
always.
There are 5 animals. They spoil their life only for one sense. But human beings have that 5 sense so strong. So if you not be careful, then you have to spoil our life every step. That means we will be derailed from devotion. So
Atyahar. This is meaning of atyahar. Then second.
Atyahara prayasasya. Prayas means over endeavor. So whichever Guru Vargas, our spiritual hierarchy showed us the path, we shall follow that path. If we discover new path and want to go through that path, then in every step, in every moment, we can turn down, derail from that way. So we should not do over endeavor, which our Guru Varga, spiritual hierarchy discovered, and they practice that way, we shall adopt that thing, not adopt this. Then we will be derailed from devotion life. So it is called prayer. Prajalpa means mundane talking. So we should not be attached with mundane talking.
Also joking. All are in this. except Krishna Katha. Everything is mundane.
So except Krishna Katha, all are pleasure for. And now Niyamagraha. Niyamagraha means there are two things. One is called Niyamagraha, another called Niyam Agraha. Niyamagraha means that there is some rule and regulation how we can achieve the Krishna Prema. But we are not fixed our goal to how we can achieve our Krishna Prema. We have so much attraction for only the rule and regulation. But rule and regulation denotes whom we don't care for that. It is called Niyamagraha. And Niyamagraha, Niyamagraha, there is some rule and regulation, but we are unable to adopt the rule and regulation. It is called Niyamagraha. So, Niyamagraha. So we should not be too much attached for rule and regulation.
1 minute. What he told you? Means?
One way is much enthusiasm for following the regulation. The other one is Hagla to be negligent.
Ram Vijay Prabhu, what you understood? I want that clear explanation should come. What?
Niyamagraha, that one follows the rules and regulations of devotional service, but he does not really have a goal. He only thinks, I have to follow the rules, and he is so much absorbed in that he is always worried how to follow the rules and regulations.
Can you give any example for this?
Just like in Chaturmasya, it is mentioned we should not cut our nail and we should not say, but I am serving Gurudev and serving deity. But if we not cut our nail, then so many dirty things will be nailed that it will seva aparad. So who is Guru Sevak and worshipper of deity? They have to be careful. They always must be neat and clean. If there is a dirt inside nail, then it will seva aparad.
Like this, very easy thing.